you know, if you want to go through a travel vlog on YouTube, you have lots of options. For King's Dominion specifically, you could go and watch the one from, you know, people with 5K footage and great voices and personalities, and they really tell you about all of the attractions available at this park. It's great. Or you can follow the sarcastic, unprofessional piece of crap named me, and check this out. So unedited, here's just everything I recorded on my way to King's Dominion and in it throughout all of it, unedited, and I'm basically reacting to it in order as I recorded it, starting with right here where I need to explain this. It starts with an abandoned building. Well, I started recording where I thought I was turning into King's Dominion, even though I was here last year. And instead, I turn into this abandoned road, and then right when I see that abandoned travel lodge, I'm like, oh, fuck. This is clearly not correct. And I decided to keep this footage because, as I said, I'm unprofessional. So watch me do, this is probably illegal, this turn. I mean, like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. It's probably like the Abyss down there, or employee parking, either one. Either way, this is not correct. So let me start by prefacing, I was at King's Dominion and Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, about 9 months ago with my friend. Man, that looks like shit. By the way, when you're traveling in road trips in amusement park, this is like the lowest level of urban decay you'll see near theme parks. I mean, entire abandoned cities, like apocalypse shit. Not great, man. not awesome. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. So I was here last year about 9 months ago, and with my friend, and I didn't understand that winter events mean nothing's open in terms of coasters. My strategy is always to go during dead seasons and weekdays, because weekends are the plague, crowds suck, etc. I didn't realize that even though this place was open 5 to 10 p.m., which sounds like the perfect schedule for a park expecting nobody to show up. And yeah, nobody shows up because the only coasters that are open, or were open last November, were Dominator and Twisted Timbers. The other dozen or whatever coasters in this park were absolutely fucked. So even though Intimidator 305 was my #1 bucket list coaster in the United States for years now, just years now, it wasn't open, and my hotel is right there, like behind my car basically is my hotel. I think you just saw it, the Days Inn. Dude, it's not bad. Like, I think an entire third of the city of Doswell lives on the 3rd floor of that building where I was. They're congregating in the halls, having little parties, children crying. I wasn't even upset because I was high the whole time. I just found it really like sitcom-y and kind of cute. If you want to have that kind of environment, go to the 3rd floor of the Travel Lodge at the Days Inn. So I did that twice. I actually came back to that jank hotel because it just had that charming personality right next to the 7-Eleven. There's Dominator, by the way. That the 7-Eleven there, it's like where they all hang out at night and you talk to the locals, because literally the only things that you can find in Doswell, Virginia are a Burger King, 3 hotels, that 7-Eleven, and King's Dominion. It's so weird. So if you're doing a trip through multiple parks, the only reason I stayed in Doswell twice is because it's like very center to Six Flags America, Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, and King's Dominion. So that's why I did it twice. But man, do not plan on Doswell nightlife, because I don't think I've seen a city with less nightlife in my life. So I came last time and got, what, a dozen rides on Dominator? I mean, dude, it's excellent. I only found out that it was relocated after I rode it last time. And I was blown away by just how excellent that it was, because as I said in the previous video, the more that a B&M is honestly older, the more I like it. Because back then they weren't just trying to make everything smooth as a baby's butt to coddle the fucking passengers. They were getting there, and along the way they maybe made coasters that ended up being a little rougher than they wanted, hence why I like it more. Anyway, while we're in this dead spot right here, I need to smoke a little weed real quick. Drink your water, please. See how I didn't edit that? It's because I don't know what I'm doing. Down there you got Tumbili, we'll talk about it later. Better than I expected. Dominator was exactly as I expected. It was great. So we're walking up here. The last time I walked up here, I was actually with someone rather than completely alone like a fucking Sad person. I'm joking. Travel alone for coasters. Just wear a coaster from an obscure a park from another part of the country, some obscure shit, and then the secret society of enthusiasts. God, I hate that word. Enthusiasts will just come out of the woodwork and just be your friend. It's always, hey, nice shirt. At that point, you just like throw like a code word like Schwarzkopf at them, and then if they don't look at you like you're a crazy person, boom, you're in. And 98% of the time you're in, because anybody saying, hey, nice shirt when you're wearing a Castles and Coasters shirt clearly knows about roller coasters, dog. Starting with Starbucks, just like in that last Kings Island video, I went there last time and this time, and the caffeine from Starbucks improved my day. Not because I'm loyal to Starbucks, who cares? It's because I'm Brazilian and coffee flows through my brains. That's how things work. Same fountains at Kings Island. Quite honestly, the two freaking the entrances to both, you can clearly tell they were developed pretty identically. It's the exact same vibe. It's nice with all the crap around you and stuff. The only part that sucks is that it's got, not roller coasters. And just like I had to just make shit up forever going into the first roller coaster of my Kings Island video, I have to do the same shit at King's Dominion. It's a piece of shit. I have never had Cinnabon in my life, but I hear that it's during the moment excellent and after the moment atrocious, which honestly goes for a lot of amusement park food, to be quite honest with you. Haven't been to Candy Shop. Haven't been to Grin and Grill. Haven't been to Grain and Grill, whatever that, I don't even know what it is. You can see, right? Like, why aren't you following a vlog from Coaster Studios or even Airtime Thrills? Airtime Thrills is better. Why wouldn't you be doing that shit instead of watching me pan up to this fake Kings Island ripoff of the Eiffel Tower? It's just, this is a bad vlog, and it's only going to get worse because you know how like most vlogs, if they focus on a roller coaster, they're going to focus on something that's, good or just something that people want to talk about. Well, why don't I just start talking about literally the most hated coaster at King's Dominion, a fucking Grizzly. I went in knowing that it was a bad roller coaster, and beyond where I'm recording ahead, so I'm telling you the future in this video, which is crazy shit. But I was told that it was a horrendously bad piece of crap, and I went in like, okay, well, let's just record it and record a live reaction or whatever. I was in doubt on whether I would seek a permit to record the rides at King's Dominion, and honestly, it was dependent on whether I-305 opened. It didn't. That's 0 for 2 on my number 1 bucket list coaster. Well done, King's Dominion. I love you. So I decided to focus it on Grizzly, and I don't even know what happened in that segue right now that I just said, but whatever. I walk in, and I'm gonna be in the front row, and I gotta tell you, here's the thing about Grizzly. The front row isn't offensive. I went into that thing, and I'm like, I actually kind of enjoyed that. Like top 120 enjoyed that. And it wasn't offensive. It was kind of a cool view. It didn't rattle the shit out of me. Like, what are y'all talking about? I'll get back to Grizzly. One of the 3 things that I did, you see that pig, whatever, porcelain pig or whatever it's called? I went there with, it's a rare actual place that in a park I went to, so I gotta talk about that shit. I was with my friend, and long story short, he lost his glasses on Twisted Timbers, and I was just walking him around like he was a blind person, because he was a blind person, and we just decided to get drunk at that pig place. And the bartender there, amazing customer service, cool as shit. We got drunk off crazy shit. It was really nice. I think I stopped right there because like I panned to the side while I asked an employee, where the fuck is Grizzly? I was aware in advance that the entrance to Grizzly is the jankiest crap that you have to walk in through a gift shop. So I was looking for a gift shop rather than a roller coaster to go to a roller coaster, which is just ridiculous. Dippin' Dots, baby. Eat there. Not because it's sponsored, not because it's even like the best thing in the world, but because I really have nothing for you. I just like talking about Dippin' Dots, and I'm spoiled because the gas station near my house has them. Super overpriced. The texture is the only thing that makes it differentiate from actual ice cream, and actual ice cream is usually better. However, Dippin' Dots, though. So to the left, we have some closed shit, and to the right, we have the Grizzly store, or whatever is going on in here. So let's go buy some merch, a Powerade, maybe even some chapstick because it's burning your lips and shit. Or we can just say fuck the store and walk through it and go to a roller coaster. What is this? Who thought of this? Like, usually you want to make your roller coaster locations kind of memorable, maybe a little epic, to draw crowds, to lure them in. You shouldn't make it a scavenger hunt to find a coaster with a budget in the millions of dollars. What the hell? There it is. See, I was about to walk into the wrong way. That was the exit, so that looked janky. This looks even more obscure. It's so weird. So anyway, one thing, if anybody's going to get anything out of this video, I guess what's cool is that they can mute my abrasive, terrible voice and just have an exact walk through from the front of the park to Grizzly, so they can ride, the most important ride at this amusement park. So I showed up pretty early, and you can see how early. Check that out. I was thinking I was about to go to a Zen ride. No, but I go straight to the front row, which apparently is the entire opposite of the point of Grizzly. Let me tell you though, it was fine. It was not offensive. It was kind of by the way, pause it right there. Now go to, after I finish what I'm saying, in the description you can click the link of the timestamp to all the other roller coasters if you want to see just right when I walk to the station, and then I have the POV next to that shit. So in another tab or in another life, you can watch the actual POV of it to fill into the blanks on my video, because I'm clearly not recording on all the rides, even though I could. Fuck that. Other channels do it, and they do it better. It's kind of redundant for me to be recording POVs, even though I occasionally do it, whatever. Now let me tell you about the back. This is a roller coaster with two very distinct personalities. The front row is just a slightly average, maybe a little below average wooden coaster. That's fun, looks cool. I would totally ride it again a few more times in the front because I enjoyed it. Except the back, though. I came back after recording this whole whatever, and I went to the back, and let me get a sip of this monster to formulate my thoughts real quick. Holy shit! I thought Mean Streak was the fucking roughest piece of shit. It ain't got shit on that shit. One of my number one bucket list coasters was Hellcat at Clementon Park, which I mentioned twice in the Cedar Point video. That it just looks like the most chaotically poorly maintained wooden coaster, and it's just violence on your body because it's so bad. I secretly adore that shit. I'm wearing a Mean Streak shirt right now, okay? Yes, Steel Vengeance is better, but I have all the nostalgia in the world for Mean Streak. I rode it like 30, 40 times, and I live in not Ohio, I can promise that. Very, very, hundreds of, Louisiana, I live in Louisiana. Anyway, so Grizzly just brought me all the nostalgia in the world when I went to the back row. Holy fuck! It was rougher than Mean Streak. It was what I was expecting Hellcat at Clementon Park to be. It was outstandingly nuts. It hurt. It made my heart hurt. And the only other coaster that made my physical heart ache from actual being rattled was Mean Streak. And it was great. It went up from 120 or whatever, my rating's still 50 something because I love chaotically bad wooden coasters. I know that I sound like a hypocrite because I talk shit about SLCs and stuff, but there's a difference between so bad it's good and so bad it's bad. This is just, and in wooden coasters, there's charm in it being a piece of shit. With steel, there's no excuse for that shit. I loved it. I love it. You need to ride the back. When I went to the back row and I finished my third ride in a row, because I loved it that much, 3 in a row in the back row, I was in pain. Wait, it wasn't, it was 5. It was 5. I rode Grizzly 5 times today. It was 1 plus 4, so 5 times today. Then there's a grandmother and her granddaughter, little girl, coming to the back row, and I'm like, just letting y'all know, you know what's going on with the back row, how rough this is, how it is, right? And then the grandmother, with all of the swagger in the world, she was like, that's the reason that me and I forget her grandchild's name are here right now, because this is our favorite ride in the park. We love it. That is the energy I'm about in this motherfucker. That is the kind of energy, and there's Twisted Timbers, yo. So, Twisted Timbers. I'm not going to talk about Twisted Timbers quite yet because I need the Zapple credit. So which one am I going to? 99.9% of you, sorry, I got weed in there, are going to go here. And it looks like I'm about to go, but I'm about to not. But I think I'm going to get a little shot of this real quick. So let me tell you a little crappy story. When I came to King's Dominion, when it was frigid in last November, with my friend who hasn't gone on good roller coasters since he went to Cedar Point with me in 2013, so 9 years later, we rode this. He loved it. On the second ride, on the third Camelback, he lost his glasses. And then we just spent the rest of the trip with him blind because we couldn't get a replacement prescription, and we driving around trying to fax fax machines exist still, fax his prescription to something in Doswell or whatever, and it didn't work. So we rode it 15 times with him blind as a bat. I had to walk him around the park, and we just got drunk and then just rode Dominator and Twisted Timbers a lot. I won't deny that it was a lot of fun because those two coasters are awesome. However, as a credit collector, that was fucked. Okay, that was fucked. I didn't get to ride Zapple. Look at this thing. Wild Mice are kind of, I liked it. I really liked it. This one was pretty cool. So, as I'm pointing out a fence, I will, this fucking crap footage. Trash can, check that out. I liked it. It was, I wish I had more time to come back and do one more ride later in the day and give a fuck, So, you see that trash can to the right there? I left my GoPro wrist mount. Well, the thing is, I was asking, waiting for a supervisor, and I gave up on that. If I could wear my GoPro mount to ride stuff later, which I didn't. So, no clickbait. I never did it in this video. And I left that there, as well as my little baggie that had my Delta 9 gummies. And I'm like, fuck. And I didn't know where I had left it. And I realized this after my rides on Twisted Timbers. I came back, walked through to the exit, in those awesome ride ops, put my shit just right on top of that trash can. I collected it, smiled, and turned away, and my day continued to get better, with the exception of closed-ass Intimidator 305, that fucking asshole roller coaster, man. Fucking Intimate needs to stop that. Shit. All right, so now that I'm finished collecting that credit that I may or may not ever collect again, but you can't collect credits twice, but yeah, it was better than that, by the way. It was 7 minutes. And by 7, I mean 2. What am I talking about? What looked like a line was just a little hiccup waiting for the little locker crap. And then I walked into the front row immediately after that. The only wait was the locker crap. So this roller coaster is really, really, really good. This is, I think, A-tier RMC. And for me to compare, I would say S tier, it would be Iron Gwazi, as an example. A would be this. B would be something like maybe Outlaw Run, or Outlaw Run's good enough. And then we get down to F is Twisted Cyclone. Even though F tier for RMC is still my top 60, still wonderful. This manufacturer has never made anything other than great roller coasters. So their worst RMCs are good as fuck, really good. And I've been on 300 credits now after this trip's done. So top 60 out of 300, top 20% on their worst ride. That's doing better than Intamin, doing better than Gravity Group, doing better than B&M, doing better than all of them. So come on, Rocky Mountain Construction ass. Love that shit. Look at that Camelback. So boom, amazing airtime, boom. And then on that hill that I'm looking at right now, I think that's the third one. Yeah, that's where my friend lost his glasses, and we were confident, dude, we're gonna find your glasses, because I think it landed on either gravel or grass. Might not have even had a scratch to it. Well, the thing is, they said that, look, you're not gonna be able to we're not even gonna look at your shit until the park's closed, and we'll call you if we find it. And the amount of calling they did to us was non-existent. There was no calling. So, that part sucks. Part of the reason that it, I said it was a 7-minute wait earlier, which it was, is because I'm currently following people who are walking a lot slower than I am. And they're just having a wonderful day, enjoying the park, being normal people, and I hope they had a wonderful day, but they're in my way, man, fuck. Okay. Man, this water, water is just the gift of life that keeps on giving. Love water. all right, so I'm going into the station, and then they do this locker shit to make sure that crappy fuckers don't bring their phones onto the ride and then hit people and shit. And no smoking. Why? I thought it was by default that you can't smoke anywhere in these parks except designated areas. Why are they specifically telling you that as you enter Twisted Timbers? Okay, so I got off the front row where there was an enthusiast who saw my Raven shirt. Remember what that topic I talked to you about earlier? It's like, all right, man, Raven or Legend, which one you liking? And I thought, oh man, I'm about Raven, even though they're right next to each other in my rankings. I like Raven that microscopic amount more. And I'm like, all right, so did you come to Hollywood Nights? Of course, Voyage is my number one, blah, blah, blah. Enthusiast there. This is the energy you get when you travel alone to amusement parks and you're just even the mildest bit social. He was up in that station supervising or something. Amazing energy. I got onto the front row and walked onto it with the train waiting for me at the station. That's how dead King's Dominion was. Tuesday, Wednesday, premium shit. Go to parks off season Tuesday, Wednesday, do that shit. Look at that barrel drop. Very fun, very, very fun. That hill, everything about this is great. Everything you saw in the other reviews is great. I'm not going to make redundant comments. Top 20 of 300 for me. Amazing. What they can do in a small plot of land, this shit's all over every other compact-ish RMC. It is the best, not massive RMC. So you got the Iron Rattler, Twisted Colossus, Steel Vengeance, Iron Gwazi, Lightning Rod shit. Those are clearly on a larger scale than this. Of the scale that's not that big, Twisted Timbers, I think, is number one in the country. I don't quote me on that, but it's either one or two. It has to be. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So there's Zapple. And so now my goal is, from this point, the only credits at this exact point that I have at King's Dominion are Dominator, Twisted Timbers, Grizzly, and Zapple. That's it. I'm still missing everything. So the rest of this tour through the park is as it was as I went to go to collect the credits. I wasn't trying to get anything first. I was just trying to get everything. And the goal ish was to do I-305 last so that I could do A, the walkthrough, get out of the way so I don't have to entertain you people anymore and I can put the shit away. B, lead up to it, on a smaller scale roller coasters and to where I'm not going to ride I-305 and then turn around and ride Tumbili. I don't need downgrades in my life like that. My standards are pretty high. Hey, Tumbili was actually pretty good. I've been on all of those. I'll talk about Tumbili later. Trash can. Putting trash in trash cans is what you should do instead of littering, guys. There's Racer 75. Apparently its old name was better. Rebel Yell, is that the one? Yeah, whatever. I agree. Racer 75 is kind of lame when you rename it to be just like the name of the sister coaster at Kings Island. So TLDR, the one at Kings Island is better than this, regular Racer. But Racer 75 is awesome. It's great. It's a lot of fun. Lower tier PTC for me, but I love all of these classic PTCs. Don't skip on this. I only rode one side, so I am missing 2 credits at the end of this video from King's Dominion. Intimidator 30, fuck you, fucking 305, and the other side of this, which never opened. A note to myself, in case I come back to King's Dominion and I don't remember which side I did. The one furthest away from where I'm standing right now is the one that I did, the station entrance. The one... Wait, now am I remembering that wrong? Shit. Oh, wait a minute. I'm literally about to record footage showing the train that's there. Fuck yeah. That's great. So, what if I come back another time to King's Dominion, which I 100% will, and I'm like, fuck, I don't remember which side of Racer I got. This sucks. What am I doing with my life if I can't figure out which Racer side I'm missing? I won't have to do that because of this worthless, absolutely crap footage that you are watching right now on YouTube. There it is. I'm missing the red one. Leave a comment in the comment section if you have a comment on whether the red side or the blue side is better, but I think they look exactly the same. I love this ride. I had a lot of fun, and I wanted to come back to get a second ride later on, so I did. That's the end of that story. Those flats right there, so much fun, man. Love that shit. Didn't ride it this time because No, it wasn't here that I wrote it, was it? Yeah, I think I'm not lying. Yeah, I didn't write that. Did I? I don't know. I had a lot of Delta 9 gummies at this park, like fucking 90 milligrams all day. It was a lot. So fried Oreos are the bomb. So water parks don't matter. So I think I'm going to pan away. There it is. Water parks do matter. What a just a flaccid thumbs down that was. Water parks aren't the point of what I do, and I will highly entertain. Like, I haven't even been to the Holiday World water park yet, and I've been to Holiday World 3 times. I like water parks when I've just exhausted the roller coasters and I want to deviate to different activities. Y'all wait for that shit to drop. I'm gonna hit this pipe. All right, so as like just pizza, is that store just called Pizza? There's no way. That's not what they named their restaurant. For the love of God, don't tell me this restaurant is called Pizza. Okay. So Rita's, if they sell anything other than margaritas there, that's bullshit. I can't read it. Margarita. Custard. Ice custard happiness. Lame. Sprite's cool. I consume Sprite like 4 times a year. It's alright. Basically, I just wanted to get through the park as efficiently as possible so that I could get every credit and miss nothing, and then put my GoPro away, and then actually enjoy a really cool-ass theme park all at once, and actually absorb what I should have absorbed 9 months ago had I done my research and arrived literally 1 week earlier, when more than one ride-op who heard my dramatic crying sob story was like, dude, last week everything was open. It wasn't just I-305, which is a walk-on. You see that list of coasters that just flashed by? All that shit was a walk-on too. Everything was a walk-on. It was just a walk-on city. I don't know why I'm so salty about that day now, though, that I think about it. Because other than I-305 being a closed piece of shit, I had that during this trip because I planned correctly on this following time. Next up, it's Tumbili, which after, riding about 4 or 5 of these S&S free spins everywhere from Great Adventure to fucking Texas shit, I said that, by the way, because I couldn't remember whether it was over Texas or Fiesta. Okay, Judge Roy Scream, over Texas. They're so unmemorable that I don't even remember where I rode them. Same shit as Batman the Ride. Super uninteresting as a coaster enthusiast. However, Tumbili, I don't think I actually ride it right here. I think I turn around and come back to Tumbili later because it's a credit that matters so little. My logic is this. Anaconda is on its way out. Grizzly is probably on its way out. I-305 is intimate, etc., etc. I needed to get to all... Keep in mind, at this point, I didn't know I-305 was fucked. I still had hope. That's why my optimism is here. You might see me, sulk with my filming when I find out. I'll tell you when that happens. So Tumbili. It's actually really good. So it's a smaller scale S&S free spin. How the fuck is it better, right? I'm gonna finish that story because I think I only spent 1 second on Backlot Stunt Coaster. It's Backlot Stunt Coaster. The one at Kings Island's a little better, themed better, less jank. This is just basically a bootleg Backlot Stunt Coaster from the other park. I can't report on the third one. Is there a third one? I think there is. Go ride the other one, and then that one just doesn't matter. I skip it too because I need to collect the credits that matter, like Anaconda. As much as y'all make fun of that shit, I liked it. Let me finish talking about Tumbili though. It's got the best paint job. It's the smoothest. It has more of that X2 energy. I don't know how else to describe it than the other ones do. And maybe it was because it was a hot day and I was high and in a good mood or whatever it is. But it was good. And the music that plays really immerses you. And the jungle theme that surrounds it is the best environment for one of those. It's the best connection to a theme. And it's got the whole jungle kind of ooga booga. You're about to get jumped by, animals. theme. It's great. It's pretty cool. So now I'm walking to Anaconda, and I just want to ride. One of my like priorities is get on every arrow as fast as you can, because they are on their way the fuck out. Down there is I-305. Fuck that. But right now, keep in mind once again that I'm happy in this video, because I think that all of this like credit collecting nonsense will be over, and then I close it with I-305 and then just run that for the rest of the day and like do nothing else. Right now we're observing what I don't know if it's true, but I'm pretty certain that it's some jackoff took out his phone during the fucking ride. And isn't this great timing when I'm recording a sarcastic video about King's Dominion for this to happen? It's great. This is why I don't edit footage. It isn't because of my lack of energy or caring. It's because I get unscripted, just great internet moments like this. I'm sure that ride op is that. Man, thank you so much, man. I get paid way less than I should be paid to deal with your stupid shit. Keep your phone in your pocket, motherfuckers, or in a locker. We're not there. Not there. They have cubbies. It's one of those parks that still gives you cubbies. Cubbies are the shit. Every park should have cubbies. By the way, I think it was I don't know, was it Coaster Dash or Coaster Studios, one of those, doing some Europe shit, and they had a park that had the cubby, like reversible cubbies. You put your shit in, and as you're exiting, it like rotates, and you can get your shit out. And then the new train now has an empty side to put their shit. That's premium shit. Anaconda, I rode it twice. I liked it. What's the complaining about? It's fun. I think Viper is better, but I guess I'm one of those weirdos that likes Viper. Maybe that explains why people hate Anaconda. I guess that answers the question. Look at that faded paint. Maybe they should paint it. But they won't, because Anaconda probably doesn't have more than a few years left. I mean, it's like a grandfather who just doesn't have the will to live, you know. Depression in your 70s isn't great. Not 70s, I mean, like, you know, like the equivalent for human in a roller coaster. This thing is fucked. Aerodynamics no longer exists, and why doesn't Aero have like some manufacturer that like handles its legacy spare parts the same way that they did with Schwarzkopf and Gerstlauer? Like, I heard from more than one park that a Schwarzkopf had something fucked up, and then Gerstlauer fixed it. Like the killing people train from Chimera, they're replacing entirely by a brand new Schwarzkopf train, according to one of the ride-ups at Indiana Beach, for example. And then I was told super duper looper when I went there in 2020 in Hershey Park, it was fucked. And the ride operator told me that it was closed for the season because they were waiting for a part from Gerstlauer. And I'm like, Gerstlauer? This is Schwarzkopf. What are you talking about? No, it's that Gerstlauer now handles like the legacy parts bullcrap. Why isn't SNS just doing that shit for Arrows to try to preserve them? I know it's not economically viable, and that's the answer, but fuck that shit, man. There's Flight of Fear. It's worse than the one at Kings Island too, and the wait was long, and nothing else had to wait. It's okay. It's fine. And there's Intimidator 3, fucking motherfucker, dude. So here I am discovering right now that it's fucked. I'm panning to the side, and to the left is my ear, whatever, talking to the ride op, like, what's going on? Is it down? What do you know? And he's like, I don't know. It's down for a while. And keep in mind, it was open the day before. So I gambled. My hotel, Doswell, I went to Busch Gardens, Williamsburg instead. Intimidator 305 had a 0-minute wait. And I was like, look, let me just skip BGW out of the way because I have fewer hours. I get to spend 3 more hours at King's Dominion with the way I had my plan for my trip. And it was a mistake. So twice in a row, 0 for 2, King's Dominion, living in Louisiana, good stuff. Can't ride it, yay. So here's Flight of Fear, 2 disappointments in a row. So I go in there and I beat the crowd. So I'm like almost at a station wait, like right here. I ate my chicken sandwich from the little thing next door, like in there with air conditioning. Veteran play, by the way. At the front of the line, there's a place you can like hide. And everyone was like walking by, like, man, why does it smell like good chicken in here inside of the flight? No, it was me just getting air conditioning and being an asshole. So I finished what happened is hold on, I need to clarify that shit. I walked into the line that said 30 minutes eating my chicken sandwich, and I asked the person in the front, is this okay? And they said yes. Turns out there wasn't a line. I got all the way up to those stairs. I'm like, shit, I don't have time to eat this. And then I asked the next ride op at the top of the stairs, can I just eat this shit? She was like, yeah, tuck into that back corner. That's where we go to get some air conditioning and be in the dark and hide from customers. I'm like, oh, that sounds like exactly what I need right now. So I'm sitting here enjoying fucking 68 degrees when it's 98 outside in this motherfucker. It's so hot, like heat stroke weather, man. Terrible shit. Painting at the sky. Check out this footage. Quality footage only found here at my YouTube channel. Why do I always only pan up around like teddy bears and like that's because it's not interesting. So my stoned ass no longer cares. Chicken yeah, I got it here. That was it. I got that sandwich from look, I think I'm considering it as I walk. I just love the raw element of this, that I'm just narrating as I'm thinking it, and it really helps you determine the quality of my character, because if you're not enjoying this, that means you will literally hate me, my personality, if you ever see me in real life. Which, if you're an enthusiast and you travel and do this, you will see me. I'm the Weird Al Yankovic looking Brazilian motherfucker. You can't miss me, man. I was at Hollywood Nights. If you saw that, that's me. Look at that coaster count action. What am I doing? Did I even submit it? Oh no, that's what happened. I think Flight of Fear was fucked. I'm an idiot. I'm still telling the same story. Check it out. So, Flight of Fear was fucked. I do get it later. It opened up later. Intimidator 305 did not open later. So, Flight of Fear, that's fake news. What happened is like one of the seat belts had the seat belt, like something snapped on it. Nothing life-threatening, because there's a lap bar and all that. Seat belts are just superfluous bullshit. But they needed to like come and like have like some things swapped, and it's gonna take like 20 minutes. No, I don't have time for that, because I've already gotten this credit and I don't care. So I don't know whether I go to Backlot or what. It might be Tumbili, to be quite honest. Oh yeah, because Reptilian still exists. And at this point, I still had no idea where the fuck Reptilian even was, but I was super excited, because I've only been on one bobsled, and I've always been intrigued by them since I was like 9 on Roller Coaster Tycoon and shit. I never built a park without a bobsled. I don't know if the RCT version is the mock or the Intamin, because I don't think you'd ever be able to tell with graphics that low, but it was amazing. Better than La Vibora by a lot. And unfortunately, I didn't get to ride Flying Turns when I was at Knoebels, which is tragic. I mean, I know why. It's because staffing issues. They only opened it for special events, because it needs like double the staff than the other park. You see these tangents I'm going on? Well, here's this tangent. I'm entering here because I decided as I'm filming, I'm fucking hungry. I hadn't eaten since yesterday at that point. There's the menu. Did you catch that? You know, it was mushroom burger. It's good. Looks like shit, but when you this is shit. Dippin' Dots. So when you leave the fucking thing, they have the things like the add lettuce and tomatoes and onions and shit, and that was good. Why is there all this haze around my shit now? The footage. Oh no! Don't tell me like that. There's 37 out of 10. Don't tell me that, dude. I must have like set down my GoPro on like a liquid or something, like when I was eating my mushroom burger, which by the way was like, it's good when you added it looked like a 4 out of 10, but the mushrooms are the most savory thing ever, and then the chicken stuff. Man, honestly, I'm so high that I'm not remembering what the chronology. But okay. I ate 2 sandwiches today. I started with the mushroom burger, and the chicken story was on my second time at Flight of Fear when it was actually open. That was it, okay? I'm merging stories. That time, there was no chicken sandwich. The second time, there was definitely a chicken sandwich. Those are my meals of the day, mushroom burger, chicken sandwich. Both of them were actually fire. They were delicious. I mean, by fire at an amusement park, I mean like a 7.5. That's as high as it's going to get, unless it's like, you know, a genuine burger joint. Tumbili. I didn't remember whether I even recorded this footage. I guess I did. Dude, this haze is a piece of shit. Please tell me at some point I wipe the camera to where it doesn't look like we're looking through like beer goggles. I wonder, I mean, right now I'm narrating over a 720p version that's silent. That was sent from my friend so that I could do the voiceover, in which then they'll merge it to get 4K footage. I wonder how beer goggles haze with 4K looks like. I bet it's a piece of shit. Hey, it's a little less hazy, I think. I don't even know if this is 720p artifacts and you're like, Funbox, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. This is proof that I need to clean my camera lens from time to time, because it gets fucked. So look, you see what I mean about the theming? They went all out with this SNS free spin. It's good. I gotta admit, I mean, I'm not gonna be marathon. I was about to ride it a second time, actually, after I went on Reptilian like 5 times. More on that in a second. I was like, I'm gonna get one more in Tumbili, and I think it broke down as I walked into it or something. I think that's what it was, because I had every intention to get another ride on that. I'm like, did I just have fun on an S&S free spin? What the fuck? By the way, I mean, it was a walk-on. That helped. It's smooth. Look at that, like you see that yellow-brown kind of thing with the green? When you're in such close proximity to a lot of track that looks like that, with the jungle crazy music playing as you're going up, kind of giving you that energy, it's fun. It's actually pretty good. It made my top 200, which is incredible. Reptilian, though. This roller coaster really makes me happy. I didn't expect it to be so good. I rode Lava Bora, which is apparently like the shittiest one in the U.S. And at that point, you know, I had only ridden Lava Bora, so that's the only comparison I had. Because once again, I said in another video, coaster YouTubers who make very detailed comments on this looks like it will be kind of intense. That Helix, I'm sure that it generates these. No, fuck you. I hate that. Like talking about, I can't wait to check out this element. I love that. But so I went into this with only Lava Bora as a context. Throw Lava Bora out the fucking window. Defenestrate that motherfucker. This is so much better. And also the seating, it was adorable because basically I was by myself, so I had a car to myself. Let me get to the adorable part in a second. Let me say the not adorable part. You get to like lay down on this coaster. You see that train over there? You get to basically lay down. And it is the most vibin', chillin', relaxin', great for being, Tumbili, narration. I already talked about that shit. Fuck that shit. It is the most cozy, wild, just relaxed ass roller coaster. I would marathon that if I didn't have like other obligations. When I come back here, I might even take a second day just so I can give 2 hours to just laying down on Reptilian. It's awesome. And here's the adorable part. If you ride with another passenger, it's set up to where, you know, they basically got their ass up to your crotch essentially. And with the way the restraint is, look at those people thinking they're actually on you. Oh no, that dude flipped me. By the way, he flipped me off first. I don't know if you caught it, but he flipped me off and I flipped him back off. That wasn't me just for no reason flipping off a bunch of strangers. I want you to know that shit. So when I went in for like my 5th ride, because it was walk on, nobody thinks that this is a good ride and they're idiots. This is like 3rd best ride at this park, in my actual opinion, or 4th at worst. I'm forgetting how ranking. With I-305 not counting because I can't count it yet. God damn it. Then it is in that ranking. So the adorable part is like I saw these 2 dudes who were like fucking straight cuddling on the thing. Like if you and your girl motherfucker want to go to a park and just cuddle on roller coasters, especially while either drunk or high or tired or something, just you know that vegetation state? This is the vegetation state cuddle roller coaster date dream. So if you want to be manipulative and you are like, hey Sarah, or whatever your fucking girlfriend's name is, I don't have one right now, so I can't do that shit. None of my ex-girlfriend's names are named Sarah, by the way. What you just say, can we go to King's Dominion? I think you'll really like it. And then right before you pop your marriage ring or whatever, you go like, let's just get a few rides on the Reptilian while I talk to you about my most intimate moments or something like that. And you literally get to hold her like spooning while on a bobsled. I cannot wait for a woman to care about me again. It's been like a few months, which is driving me crazy, so that I can fucking do that. Fuck. Anyway, can't you see I need to get laid? Holy shit. Okay, so Tumbili, I already talked about that. The paint scheme though, what am I filming? What's this? Truck. What even is that? What's the theme do? Like, what's it helping? Okay, so as I film absolutely nothing. Where am I don't know where I'm going. Oh, maybe my fingers can tell me. Oh, I'm contemplating there. Oh, I think I know what it is. I don't know where the fuck Backlot Stunt Coaster is anymore. Even though in this footage it just shows where it is. At this point, I'm on like gummy number 5 or something, and I have no idea where I am. Being quite real with you. So my goal is Backlot Stunt Coaster for sure, because I want to just get those just unremarkable credits out of the way, and I'm remembering the party now. I'm walking away from it. I'm actively walking away from it. It's behind me to the left, isn't it? I think. So what I do is, look, I'm already recording this footage, and backtracking on footage is unprofessional, even though I do it like every video plural times. I need to just try not to do that again. Here's Woodstock Express. I rode the one at Kings Island and somehow actually enjoyed it. And so let's ride this one. I do have one thing to say about, that's pretty, I guess. Woodstock Express at Kings Island. It breaks the trend. So Flight of Fear, better at Kings Island. Backlot Stunt Coaster, better at Kings Island. Boo Blasters, I don't know because I didn't ride it at either park. Fuck that shit. That's for, families, and I'm not a family. However, Woodstock Express is good. It's, gooder than the other one. The Kings Island Woodstock Express is worse than the King's Dominion one, which is cool. It's interesting, So, you're wondering why the fuck it took me so long to get to Dominator. Well, first of all, it's just because, the circumnavigation of the park, that's not the word. That's totally not the right word, but I'm going to roll with it. Makes me sound smart when I'm not. Of the park just leads me here last. You see parking lot, and you saw opposite parking lot earlier. Dominator is an essential B&M to ride if you're a connoisseur of a company that just really likes making the general public as happy as possible with wait times, efficiency, pictures and scenic theming and decent thrills that are the exact opposite of Intimidator 305. I don't even remember the beginning of that sentence, so I can't conclude those thoughts. However, Dominator is a premium example of what they've deviated away from, which is a real pain in my ass. In that they're smoother, glossier, crystal, flying air, happy joy ice. Fucking, I hate that shit. Dominator's got a little bit of a rattle, but it's a personality rattle. It feels good. It's intense. It has that loop is like my favorite loop on. No, Full Throttle is better, but up top 3, amazing. There isn't a moment of this ride that doesn't feel like it belongs there. Every moment feels awesome. Even the slam and the brake run is fun. I love the brake run slam of Dominator. Like, that's the energy I'm already at. And I didn't tell you a lie. It isn't. It's accentuated by the fact that the rest of this roller coaster is fucking good. I tend to merge floorless and sit-down coasters because there's the same fucking shit. And even hypers, they're kind of the same fucking shit. And let me exclude hypers. Never mind. I'm full of shit on that one. Fuck that shit. So I'm not going there. I have to hit Woodstock Express first, but I turn around the Dominator. If I merge floorless and sit down together, my top 3 in the country includes Dominator. I'm telling you. And Wildfire and Kraken are the other motherfuckers. And I really feel like I'm excluding one, and I'm going to be watching this video and really angry that I gave inaccurate information. Shit. So what I'm gonna do, 3 monitors. Let's fire up Chrome and check my rankings and make sure that I'm not fucking around. All right. So here's Woodstock Express, and the one here is better. Largely, the view of when you're on it and seeing Dominator fucking around, it's so much more interesting and entertaining to watch a really cool roller coaster as you're getting old school wood coaster thrills, rather than like watching a children's area. Like, I don't want to watch Snoopy's Bugs Bunny Sausage Fest. Children suck. I don't like children in my life really very much. I really appreciate that children add joy to other people's lives, and men, if you like children, please have children if you can afford them. Only if you can afford them, which none of us can, so you really need to think that through. That's great, but one of the reasons that I'm able to do this kind of traveling, this kind of just irresponsible, just fucking around, is because I'm not children. I don't think so. And it's only going to get worse with Gen Z because nobody can afford that shit. What was I even talking about? Oh, wow. Literally, my computer is such a slow piece of flying fuck that I'm seeing my third monitor have like a full white screen because Chrome is still loading. And you wonder why I have to pay Christine for this shit to be in 4K. Chrome is still not open. I realize that I'm recording and I'm playing a 720p video on VLC on the third monitor, but how the fuck has Google Chrome not open yet? So yeah, I met that kid on Woodstock Express. I'm like, yo, I'm having a good time. That's crazy. And he's like, yeah. Are you a coaster YouTuber? Do you compete with the actual channels like Coaster Dash and shit? No, I don't. I really don't. By the way, let me shout out Coaster Dash. Best vlogs right now on YouTube for coasters, I think. And next to that, I have 0 credits remaining in Roller Coaster David. I do like Airtime Thrills, so I'll give him a nod. And El Toro Ryan is king. 0 credits remaining is a channel you need to check out. These are YouTubers with personalities. I don't know how else to put it. You know those coaster channels that it's literally the channel's like roller coaster and then the second part is just the person's first name? With the only exception of Roller Coaster David, like every other one. Okay, so today I think that we are going to rank the top 10 Immelmans found in the Midwest. I'm like, who cares? Who fucking cares? And so I really got to give a shout out to people who just demonstrate personalities as they talk about their hobbies rather than having to rely on top 10 lists and speculation exclusively. Even though Airtime Thrills does that, and I really enjoy, like, I watch every video he makes, so I don't know what I'm talking about. So Dodgems, don't care. Sky. Ritas. Okay, so they do have margaritas. I'm confused because I thought it said custard and shit earlier. So he's pointing, where is he? So I don't know whether he's guiding me to Backlot or Dominator, which that makes no sense because I just saw so I'm going to Backlot? But why do these directions not feel like they're taking me to Backlot Stunt Coaster? I'm so confused. Well, while I'm stalling for time, let me talk about something that I only intended on talking about when I reach Backlot Stunt Coaster. It's that at this point, I still have some semblance of optimism that it's just temporary Intamin blues, why I-305 was fucked. But see, now I'm confused because it's not showing Backlot, but I'm watching now. That is where it is. Don't fuck around. Don't turn around. Go back. You're walking correctly to Backlot Stunt Coaster. So I still had hope that I-305 was going to be unfucked later in the day. And see, I'm confused as shit in this video. And I know I'm going to get lost again and shit, but I'm actually doing it correct. What is this? Fucking terrible footage. And when I get to Backlot, I ask about I-305, and I find the supervisor, the person who knows what it looks like they're talking about. And I ask her, so can you do me a weird favor? Talk to me like I'm a ride operator. If I asked you what I-305 is looking like in terms of chances of it opening today or gambling and coming back here tomorrow rather than going to Six Flags America, just talk to me like a ride op about my actual expectations. And she said, so, it's Intamin. We needed to order a part. And at that point, I'm like, fuck. And I think I expressed the word fuck, and I like drooped my shoulders, sad and shit. And then she raised her eyebrows, kind of half rolled her eyes, like, yep, you get it, right? And I'm like, fuck that shit. So I-305 is fucked. I don't even know if it opened back up yet. It's August 21st. Someone let me know. I guess I can just check on qtimes.whatever. What is it? qtimes.com. I'm gonna check that shit out. Did that shit open up? Look at that. Quiet. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Go to parks on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Okay, everything is closed because I'm recording this at 10:18 p.m. That makes sense. There's a way to check the historical statistics. I don't remember how to do it. Oh, that's why I was wondering why I'm sitting here literally using the internet. I'm not even watching my footage right now. And the reason why is because, that's right. I found Stunt Coaster. Good shit. Is because I wanted to check whether I was lying to you about the whole Dominator situation in terms of favorite B&M shit. So manufacturer, sort by, dude, using spreadsheet, you can like rank your Intamins just by clicking sort sheet A to Z on column E. So B&M, number 1, Fury 325, number 2, Diamondback, number 3, Mako, number 4, Orion, but this doesn't count yet. Thunderbird, okay, is next. Then I had Nemesis in there, but I don't count outside UK stuff because like, you see I'm not talking about Backlot? Just watch my Kings Island video where I talk about Backlot Stunt Coaster. It's good enough. So Thunderbird is my favorite of that kind of shit. Where am I at? Okay, Superman is the coaster I forgot to mention. Superman Krypton Coaster at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. Within the sit-downs and the floorlesses. Fuck that shit. Is Superman Krypton Coaster is my number 1 floorless / sitting. Number 2 is Kraken. Number 3 is Wildfire. Number 4 is Dominator. And everything else, including Incredible Hulk, is like below those motherfuckers, in my opinion. I know that's a crazy controversial opinion, and you're going to tell me that I'm a dickhole, but I believe that, and everyone's entitled to their pointing to the sky and their opinions. So I watched maybe 13% of the last like minute and a half. So I hope you enjoyed my Backlot footage. Dude, it's fine. It's okay. It's and now remember I showed actually no footage of Backlot Stunt Coaster at the other park, so I really should talk about it at all. It's a good family thrill ride. This one is remarkably worse than the one at Kings Island, though. And what the fuck? Oh yeah. I know why I'm like doing this. I'm completely dejected and angry because I was just told by that ride operator that King's Dominion ordered a part. That's what happened. So I'm just expressing my grievances in 4K. Fuck, this is whack. It's fucking whack. So, always be discovering. That's what I do. Regarding discovery, one of the reasons that us roller coaster nerds are so addicted to collecting credits and just going to every park, and it's the world's greatest scavenger hunt. It just genuinely is. It is the world's greatest scavenger hunt to go to other amusement parks all around the country and then the world. I have full plans of Europe and Japan later on. In fact, I would have gotten to Japan faster had the pandemic not pandemicked, but I digress. Look at the trees, man. You see, now I just don't care about my filming anymore because A, Planet Snoopy and children, and B, Intimidator 305 is fucked up. So I just really don't care about this crap. When you travel for roller coasters, it forces you to go to places you never would have otherwise gone to, including just premium cities like Doswell, Virginia, where literally the nighttime hangout spot is the 7-Eleven across the street from King's Dominion. I swear, the city doesn't matter. When I was with my friend last year, when, keep in mind he was blind and we were upset and nothing was open and we only got to ride Dominator and Twisted Timbers and shit, what are we going to do? It's like 8:30 p.m. Let's find somewhere to go. Let's go find a hookah joint. Oh, look, there's that coaster. I didn't ride that thing because I can't. So if you want my opinion on it, I can't. You think I'm going to go and be one of those people hey, can I borrow your child so I can collect the credit? Think about what that sentence sounds like. That's miserable. Fuck that shit. No, so I can't collect that credit. I can't collect it, even though I was approaching 300 and every credit sounded like a good thing. Not that one. So when you travel for roller coasters, it forces you to go to interesting places, and it just gives you so much more perspective about the rest of the world outside of your bubble, outside of your place that you just are at your entire life. And it is a good time. So now that we're passing by this ride that I think I saw at Kings Island and totally thought was a credit when I was watching my video recording for this channel, as you've seen, I thought it was a roller coaster credit, didn't get, and then I realized that that's not a credit. You're not going to do this to me twice, fucking ride. You're not going to make me... Jeez, this footage. This is not going to make me think that was a fucking credit twice in a row. My nose is so itchy. Oh my God, my allergies. But this room is basically just a dust bowl because I'm, as I said, single, and I don't clean as often when I don't have anyone to impress. Maybe that's part of the problem, and that could help solve my issues. Hope so. All right, so I'm walking through here, and now I think I'm finally getting to Dominator, so I'll talk a little bit. I talk so much about Dominator already. Well, I guess I should kind of start rolling toward I remember what this is. I can't find Dominator. Because my knowledge of King's Dominion up until that point was, yeah, I'm telling you bullshit, because I remember now when I was at King's Dominion with Michael that we had to walk through this janky kids area to get to the actual good thing, Dominator. I'm remembering this walk now, but I only ever did it late at night. That's my excuse. I only ever did this walk to Dominator before late at night with all the colors and shit, and I navigated, because I wasn't in the correct state of mind, I navigated toward Dominator by lights and colors and shit. And crowds, because that's where everyone was on Dominator, because what else are you supposed to do other than Twisted Timbers, right? Because other things in the park don't really matter to just assholes like me, bad people, so that's how I found Dominator. And my friend I felt bad, the dude hadn't been on an actual a good Pinfaris and shit don't count, an actual roller coaster since Cedar Point in 2013 when he went with me, and then since then I've become a crazy enthusiast. And all I had to show him before he left, while blind, the poor man couldn't see anything because he lost his glasses on fucking Twisted Timbers. All he had was Dominator and Twisted Timbers, and he enjoyed this. He was like, man, good time, but I wanted that to be a catalyst toward him having that opinion about more rides, and then we actually get to go to Busch Gardens and all this shit. And the whole trip was a failure. Now he's like, yeah, I'm good on coasters for a while. Like, bitch. So if I only get to go to a fucking amusement park with you once a decade, and this is all I've got to show for it, that sucks. That's a piece of shit. So I hope you'll join me for like maybe my Texas or Florida or California or Chicago. Probably. I think you might do the Chicago trips. I have all these trips ahead, and I will record bad videos like this one, exactly like this one, for every park I visit from now on, as long as it's a new park. Like if I go to like 2 parks twice, it's at my discretion on whether I do that shit. But my plan is to use this as basically a vlog-ish and a talk shit session, and really just me being a vain, just kind of full of myself looking ass motherfucker. I just wanted to find a unique way to entertain people on YouTube, and there's clearly a market for people who like, look at that loop, and look, I'm going, I'm exaggerating the height. It's just, I wanted to do something a little different from the rest of the people in expressing my love for this, and there's such a market for it. And I was like, well, why don't I do this? Since 50% of my audience is going to mute me within the first minute because my voice is awful, they then just get a walk tour through the park, like before they go on their first trip ever to, where am I going in the future? How about Silverwood? I mean, something like that. I will, in general, figure out where I promise I'm not going to walk like a lost puppy in future trips. I'm going to now do a walk through the park and ride the rides and then come back and film the fucking thing. Because, like, this is clearly a bad strategy, especially if you saw my Busch Gardens video. It's a piece of shit. But it'll be like a navigation guide through the park. Like, here's where this coaster is relative to this coaster. I will always walk by every kids coaster. Wait, I will not. Wow, I merged that sentence weird. I will walk through the entirety of the park and show at the front of the station-ish of every coaster in the park, with the possible exception of little kids coasters, because I don't know where a lot of them are, even in my favorite parks, because I don't have children. I don't want to have children. I don't care about children's rides that I literally can't ride unless I do weird stuff, like borrow a child. Like who does that? That's like ice cream van shit. Absolutely not. I don't vibe like that. And look at all these clowns waiting for the front row while I just casually go to the best seat for intensity. Like, come on, man. Let's get them. I walked here, and I was expecting to get only one ride on Dominator before just moving on to, because I really wanted to go back and hit Reptilian, which I hadn't marathon back yet. And so this is where I fucked up. This is where I fucked up for real. Look, I put my camera in a puddle of water, clearly. Look at that haze in the middle of the beer goggles. You want everyone to watch 4K YouTube video footage with... Please tell me I clean it. Please tell me I wipe it on my shirt. Come on. Yeah! I didn't fix it. It didn't fix shit. I'm clearly looking at the same bad... Come on, clean that shit. What am I doing? No, we have to watch the rest of the video like this? That's such a dick. Oh no. I'm gonna smoke this weed while I think about what to do next, even though this video is almost over. I can figure it out, right? Fuck, man. All right, well, at least this is happening after I filmed everything that matters. Shit. Shit. All right, so in summary, King's Dominion. Oh, look, they're waving at me. Like, as I said in my last video, when I walk around the park just holding my GoPro physically in my hand, it's really tiny, like walking around the park getting footage exactly the same as I'm doing now, everyone looks at me like I'm a creep. But the instant you add the little handle element, the literally $8 on Amazon, and you walk around, even if you look way less interested or more interested, whatever, than you doing it the other way, everyone now respects you. Everyone's like, that guy is a YouTuber. Oh my God, I want to blow up. Maybe my presence in this obscure King Dominion video at 1 hour and 3 minutes long will boost my TikTok subscriber base or some shit. Nobody thinks that. But whatever it is, I no longer look like a creep because I spent $8. Like, everyone who wants to do this shit, just buy something. We know what's ironic is because that exact accessory makes people respect you. But I can't imagine walking around the park with a chest mount. Looks like some kind of like S&M fucking vest looking ass motherfucking thing. There's no way people are respecting you wearing that. And a wrist mount looks a little in your face because you're like half punching the people you're walking past. the grips, and also those extended selfie sticks that go up like up to the sky. Those things make you look like an absolute twat. So I got like the perfect exact way to walk with a GoPro. There's only one way to walk around for an hour straight with a GoPro in a park where everyone not only doesn't think you're a fuckhead, but also it's like, hey, that guy's a YouTuber. That's cool, modern shit. Well, look at that. Like dude's like doing jumping jacks on a roller coaster. Love that energy. Let's get him. So the fuck is I talking about? Jesus. Oh no. This footage is absolutely bad. So I'm pretty sure for the rest of the video we're gonna have. This isn't even beer goggles anymore. I can't even make a joke. It's clearly just there's gunk or crap on the fucking screen. This is shit. I mean, I know how YouTube analytics work and how long and people's goldfish attention spans. Like if it doesn't captivate you in the first 30 seconds, it's a piece of shit because nobody's gonna watch it. If you are still here at 1 hour and 6 minutes, I love you. Thank you. I mean, shit, especially now that I'm giving you active reasons to give up 97% into this video. I was like, I can't watch this. This is actually unwatchable. Like, not opinion-based unwatchable, but not headache-inducing unwatchable. And the footage sucks. Look at this shaky, like I'm in the middle of a hurricane looking shit. And I'm walking through Snoopy's shit. Like, this is just a merger of so many uninteresting things. However, I have the 1 out of 6 ways that you can wear a GoPro without looking like a twat. So I'm excited about that because now I know in the future, as long as I do that, and as long as in advance I know the path to navigate this fucking park before I record it so I don't waste too much footage. I mean, I can't make my next video 2 hours long. Could you imagine me walking through Disney? I won't. That'll be like I'll make that in like 2028 because Disney doesn't have roller coasters. And actually, I don't think I'll ever make it because Disney, it's a cult surrounding that park. So if you try to enter the competitive market of Disney videos, if you're not at least Adam the Woo, fuck you. I can't enter something that competitive, especially when I use the word fuck so much that families aren't gonna be like, yeah, I'm not about that dog. Looks like I'm censoring Snoopy. It looks like there's a censor and it's just a fuck. Oh, the sun. This looks like an asshole ass. This is ugly. Thank God this video's almost over. I promise this wasn't planned. Like, I didn't intentionally drop my GoPro in bullshit. Censored the word haunt. I didn't intentionally put my GoPro face down into bullshit. I know I'm a little negligent, but not like that. It's just censoring shit along the way, and it's making me laugh. Censor the fountain. Let's go. Let's censor the statue. They're half naked. Censor the. Sorry. Oh, censor that kid's face. All right, throw that shit away. So, regardless, with the segue of throw that shit away. I hope you enjoyed this incredibly discardable video. If you're still watching this, you need to evaluate your personality traits because censor that boat. Censor that family, do all that shit. At least when I publish this, I haven't yet published my Busch Gardens video, then I'll publish this, then my Six Flags America one. And then I have to wait another 2 months before getting videos. I'll get to evaluate whether anybody actually cares and whether I actually will do this in the future. I probably will because it's kind of selfish. And also, you know how people take like their family videos? My stupid little sarcasm series is me just remembering my time at these parks, and it's kind of fun to do this anyway. It's a fun way to spend time. So I ended the video, but then resumed it because I wanted to call out why did I care about going back to Starbucks? Like, what was the story here? I don't remember what the running joke is. Okay, so now I teleport to my hotel. I don't even remember recording this. Was I drinking? I was drinking. Oh yeah, I started getting drunk in my hotel room, and this is me walking back. Look, the families are here and shit, like quarreling with each other. If you want to have a sitcom as your entertainment when you're trying to sleep, do this shit. Thanks for watching, and why are you watching?